everyone, I'm Laura Myth Tamer and welcome to the channel. So I'm here in Ravenwood right now, just as a nostalgia kind of thing, because I woke up this morning looking for Wizard updates and I happened to stumble across Awesome the Sauce's new video. It was released 14 hours ago to the moment I'm making this video, and I wasn't expecting what I would find there. He had just released a new promo video from Wizard101 for their 15th birthday, and I gotta say that when I watched it, I cried. Like I genuinely cried. It was, I don't know. It struck a chord in me for some reason. So I'm gonna let you guys watch it first, and then I'm gonna talk about all the different parts of the video and just why it's so important now that we have this piece of history that is happening with this video. I mean, it's really, really good, and I really think that you guys are gonna like it a lot. So let's just hop over and go ahead and do this. All right, so I'm just gonna let you guys watch it first, and then I'll go back and we will talk about it. So here goes. So you guys just watched that, and I hope you guys feel just as emotional as I do, because like that honestly it really reflects what the player base is in this game. So let's first talk about just her room in general. Okay. She just got outside of school from the school bus, she runs home and hops on her computer. I used to do that every single day throughout the summer when I was a little kid, and I would play Wizard from like the morning to night. And I'd go to school, I'd think about Wizard all day, and then I'd come home and play it even more. And that's just something that I reflect on as well. I'd also remember drawing little characters and stuff while I was at school because I just could not wait to get home and start playing. So there goes the school bus, here she comes. I like the whole style and everything. I think that's really cool. The Piggle foresight, I think that's also really neat. You see, you start off with this big box computer, and all of this kind of thing. And when I started playing on this old Windows 7 computer. Like it's still in my closet. I can look at it right now. It's the original computer I ever played Wizard101 on, which is just crazy because now I'm playing on my gaming computer, and it's just like I wouldn't be here without that to start with for this game in general. So when I first did a watch through of this part of the video, I didn't really like get it at first because I watched it first on Awesome the Sauce, so that was my first time just now watching it through on its own in its own entirety. But starting off here, you have the whole thing with Bartleby and everything and Ravenwood, but then these are her parents, I'm assuming, over here. And it's this so it's foreshadowing, it's foresight, but I didn't realize that these were also her parents over here. So I think that's really neat. And then she gets her Piggle. Okay. That little guy's creepy. So it's like it does the whole Malistaire fight. It's the very first thing you do, and you did that when you're a little kid, especially if you started playing early on because you were a little kid back then, and that was the furthest you could do was like the Malistaire fight. So it has this right here of her as a little kid, right? So, and you can tell. So now she's older, she's grown up, and Malistaire's no longer just the final boss of Wizard. She's still grown up, and she grew up with it, still doing the same thing that she was doing even when she was a little kid. I think that's really, really beautiful. Still think it's funny a life in eyes doing this and casting Fire Dragon, but so then you do the whole graduation sequence with Polaris, but around the time when Polaris comes out, even though like no matter how old you are, whatever, you're probably graduating around that time too, which I think is really cool. Same difference goes for the back and forth kind of thing. Really, really sweet. And this was also just a really touching moment in the game too, and this just touches me like here as well. He's still there, you know, all that. Okay, so like this whole video is not only expressing like what happens in Wizard, but it's also just expressing like the parallels between life and everything. So she graduates Wizard, she graduates high school, same difference, and then they get their first house. But something that really touches me about this scene was this was my first ever house in Wizard. My original Life Wizard still has this house to this day, and this house is just like it's the same thing, you know? Like they get their first house. This was one of the first houses I ever bought, and I think that's just also really cool. They fight Cobb. And then the loss of a pet, which if you look right here, it says Cosmo. Okay, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So then they have their kid, and they're standing over to the side, just like her parents were in the beginning, and it starts back over. And that time Bartleby has the eye, or let's rewind. So that means that they've, my bad. That means that they've played through and how Bartleby has his eye now, so the kid's going off to start his own journey. The parents have already had theirs, and like I just know that that's how it's gonna be with my family. Like later, like I know that this is gonna be exactly how we are because I know a lot of people who met their partners through the game, like people that they are married to and have a committed relationship with through the game. And like I've gotten my boyfriend playing. We're questing pretty far up. I'm really excited about that. And I just know that it's going to transfer the same way this is. And they're still keeping the origins of like a family, but just it's being brought back to the basis of the game. It's just that they realize that people grew up with the game the same way that anything else has. So now we're in her new house with her new computer. She's a gaming chair now, guys, and still the same pig stuffed animal, you know, everything. She even has like a life thing up here in her room. If you guys want to get me one of those for like the mid school, I would not be opposed. I think that's really cool. I'd love to have like a whole like myth theme setup. Anyways, let's proceed. So, you know, she's still playing. And then if you look at this, okay, it's her graduation, you know, from her actual graduation, photo of her kid, and then here is Cosmo, her actual real life dog. And I think that is super duper duper sweet. I don't know. Thought that was just a cool little fact in there. So now they're in their new house, they have their wedding photo. And then here they all are in real life. I think that's just really sweet. She even has a Life Wizard tattoo. And I know people in real life who have like their school tattooed on them, which I also think is just another cool aspect. And then a lot can happen in 15 years. Thanks for sharing it all with us. I just think that the whole thing is just super duper duper sweet, and I think they did an amazing job with this video. And as Awesome the Sauce was saying in his, that it has gotten a lot of views, and this was only posted, I think, what, yesterday or like early this morning, something like that. I don't really know, but it was just recently posted, and it's getting a lot of views. Because they're right, a lot can happen in 15 years. Look how much this game has changed us, and is still changing to this day. Still updates, still new things coming, still things happening, and they're right about it. It's right to every part that it can be right, and I just think that this video was very, very beautiful and does a very good job of portraying those things. And I hope that Wizard continues to stay the kind of game it is because it's still a family game at heart, but it's made for the entire family. It's made for just everything that makes it what it is, and I still can't get over how beautiful this video was. Like I'm not like I said earlier, I literally cried when I watched it. I cried while watching an Awesome the Sauce video, which is a whole thing on its own. But yeah, just you guys want to get your friends into this game, show them this video. I'm sure they'll play after it. But anyways, yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video just as much as I did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!